This video brought to you by Forex Internals.
Hi, and welcome to FX Internals Trader Helper settings demonstration. Today we'll be showing you how to get Trader Helper up and running and go through all of the settings and what they do. Just as a quick reminder, Trader Helper, as seen here, is a brand new professional trading interface for MetaTrader 4 Forex trading. We have gone in and redesigned the trading interface so that you can close multiple orders at the same time, edit multiple orders or positions at the same time, view all of your trades by currency, and a lot of little extra bells and whistles and things like that. So to get Trader Helper up and running, you need to look for it in the Expert Advisors area because it actually executes trades as opposed to just display information. It is seen in the Expert Advisors area as opposed to custom indicators. To get it up and running, just click and drag it onto any chart. And once it's on any chart, we will set up full communication between MetaTrader and Trader Helper, and you can trade any pair that you want. You are not limited to just the pair that is on the chart. You can trade any symbol, any pair that your broker supports for Forex. The settings come up, and we'll go to the Common tab. It looks a little different than the standard indicator Common tab because you have some trade settings that you need to deal with. To make sure that you can trade both long and short, trading buys and sells, let's make sure that long and short are selected. Enable alerts is an optional setting, whether or not if there are issues with the trades that are executed, you want MetaTrader to alert you, like there's a stop loss that's incorrect or something like that. We leave that checked. Disabled alert once hit, we leave unchecked because we want to make sure the alerts constantly come. We don't want them disabled. Allow live trading is required. We cannot execute any live trades without this checked, so this must be checked. As for manual confirmation, here is an optional setting. What this does is, if selected, MetaTrader will bring up a dialog asking you to confirm every trade or every trade modification. Some people like this as a safety check to make sure that when they hit a button, something doesn't accidentally happen and that there's a secondary confirmation. Some people like very fast trading and want to make sure they get their trades in. So this is a totally optional setting. All confirmations for trades are done through this for Trader Helper. There is no other setting in our system to confirm trades. So this is where it would have to be done. Allow DLL imports is absolutely required. All of our indicators and trading tools need this selected. Confirm DLL function calls is something we do not want on. We make calls back and forth between MetaTrader and our custom code, and if this were checked every time that happened, you'd have to confirm it. It would be overwhelming and should not be checked. And allow import of external experts is required so that Trader Helper can communicate with other pieces of code within MetaTrader that we have running. So this is what we think are the proper settings for the Common Settings tab. If you go to Inputs, now we'll walk through the actual specific settings. ATR periods is the average true range periods that you want Trader Helper to use to calculate the average true range and display on its interface. We use average true range to have a quick snapshot and understanding of the basic volatility of a currency pair, and it helps us set where stops and limits and entries and things like that are. For whatever periods you want, you can set it there. Full lot, mini lot, and micro lot are the acceptable settings for lot increment. 0 means that when you click on an up arrow or down arrow in the interface that you want the lots to increment by a full lot, 1 lot, 2 lots, 3 lots. If you want it slightly smaller in a mini lot, you select 1, and which means you'll go 1.1 to 1.2 to 1.3 when you select elements in the interface. And if you are dealing with micro lots and want very fine control, you set it to 2, which means when you click on the buttons, it'll go from 1.0 to 1.01, 1.02, 1.03, which is just a little finer control. Default lot size is just the default lots that will come up when Trader Helper shows up. We're going to make this a smaller number because we have a small little demo account. Enable sounds is a true-false flag telling Trader Helper to either play a sound file indicating when trading activity occurs or to not play that sound file. So if you would like to hear, trade filled or order placed as a little wave file played over your speakers when you send orders in with Trader Helper, make this true. If you don't want those sounds, make this false. Market order alerts is a true-false flag telling us whether or not to alert you when a market order is filled. We can bring up a little alert that tells you the ticket number, the actual fill price, and the level of the stops and take profits if you would like. If you don't want those alerts, turn this to false. I actually like them, so I'm going to turn it to true. Draw trade open close markers is a flag to tell us whether or not to draw small arrows when trades are placed and filled, and the colors of these arrows can be seen here. So if true, we will draw the arrows, and if false, we will not. And if true, these are the colors that we would draw for a buy stop, a buy limit, and things like that. And as we come to the bottom, the last and somewhat interesting setting is symbol file. The symbol file is the name of a file in your files directory, which can be found in your experts directory in your MetaTrader root, is the list of symbols that you would like to be able to trade with Trader Helper. So if you want all the pairs that your broker supports, just leave this file alone because we've put in a number of these pairs. If you want to limit it and have a much smaller number that you want to be able to trade, so you don't have your interface quite as complicated, you can go in here and edit the file and change the pairs that you want to see in the interface. That's it for the settings. So once you have them set the way you would like, you just click OK, and the Trader Helper dialog will come up. And we'll just drag it down here. And it takes a little bit of time to initialize as it establishes communication between MT4 and itself. And you can see that now it's up and running, and you have a number of symbols you can choose. The default lots is what we expected at 0.1. The ATR periods are seen here at 8. And you can see that it's now up and running. That concludes our introduction to the settings for Trader Helper. As you can see, it's a fairly full-featured and professional trading interface. We suggest that you go to www.fxinternals.com to take a look at videos that outline each of these tabs, how single order work, how pending orders work, how open positions work, and we will go through each of these in detail so that you can understand how they work. As always, we wish you the best of luck in trading.